Maybe I should actually just put it on that and then turn it around. There we go. So anyway, so first day on Nystatin. Started, when I went to bed. Well, actually at sunset, in the Roman time, that would be, last day and all that. But I'm running with the biblical calendar here and all that. So I've taken 3 Nystatin as far as it goes for now. That's just the thing, just pill form. Germany. Apparently, it seems like you can't get the pill form in Denmark. You can get all this fluid thing that I got one bottle from before my doctor kicked me out in some sense of his practice. He don't want to talk to me apparently. Nystatin Orifam is what we have in Denmark. This is without sugar. There's some versions that is full of sugar, and this is like, this is fluid. So you could swirl it around in the mouth and all that. At some point I'm going to try that as well. But he gave me like a minimum dose. He actually told me, okay, it's like, so he actually gave in, well, only to the Nystatin and not the diflucan. And I'm like, what does it help, doing the Nystatin without the diflucan, Then, you're going to take the gut and then, not what is, the fungus, in regards of systemic and all that. So, I don't know if he actually hadn't read the 2 papers I gave him. He said he had read them, but who knows, I don't know, because the 2 papers said 2 diflucan and Nystatin. Then he only wanted to give me Nystatin and a minimum dose. I actually think he just did it just to get me out of the office, and then pretty much he cut my hand off in some sense. Might be another better word for that, but in any case. So I'm on Nystatin now. I don't know. I haven't, I have felt a little in the stomach and all that, but but not really something. At the moment I have, I've just been out swimming like for an hour. Well, pretty much exactly an hour, or very close to it. Also because of my back. See if I can get that back in. Because that's of course something that I smashed my back into a wall, that's another story. And I have issues with my joints as well, but I think I might have the solutions for it. But there are so many things and all that, and I have not been able to get chicken feet, which is not slaughtered to Allah, and it's I tried this place and that place, and I pretty much have. I'm not totally giving up on it, but, first I have to, I took my bike to this place and they said they couldn't get it and all that. And I waited and called them up and went in there and they still didn't have them. And they were sorry and this and that. And then I was in there like 2 times where they said they would have had it. But, they were very sorry. And of course, I got the bicycle, I got the trip on the bicycle. So, okay, but anyway. I don't know why they couldn't get it, They said they could get it, but apparently down from, they're getting their products from, what was it, France or whatever, Spain or I don't know. But apparently they didn't send these chicken feeds up to them. I know they're killing chickens, but I guess they're selling them to some of the other nations. So apparently they can't send a bag of chicken feeds to Denmark, which is not slaughtered to Allah. Anyway, now of course it's incredible how many chickens that is slaughtered to Allah in a Danish country, that we have 95% of our chickens slaughtered to a false god. And the Danish people are like, hey, who cares about that, It's just incredible. This world is so wicked, it's so far out. Of course, some don't really know, don't care, And they don't actually see the sticker on the chicken. You can go down in Netto, which is one of these places. You can find one single that's like huge, chickens, yeah, like nearly as many chickens, one single one is not slaughtered to Allah. One single one. Every other one have a sticker on it and all that. And even if they don't have a sticker on it, you cannot be sure it's not slaughtered to a false god. Anyway, So you get kind of frustrated and trying to get around these things and all that. In any case, but at least, one chicken is also good. And yeah, it's better than nothing, And then I tried a butcher as well to get some, but he needed, the guy that slaughtered the chickens needed to get some verification from the Food Administration. And he actually, he was just throwing them out. So that, that was, but I really never heard. Anyway, I have to see if I can check that source again and see, and he was like, well, it will be frozen. Who cares about if it's frozen, It's like, it doesn't really do, I don't think that's that much difference. Anyway, as long as I can get the chicken feet, because the chicken feet have things that is good for the joints. So, and it happened after I broke my knuckle. And yeah, anyway, this is the knuckle. You can pretty much see, no, maybe not. No, oh, there we go. Yeah, that's, if I held it like that, there we go. You can see the one that actually should be, it's a little hard. It's a little hard. Let's see if I do like this. Nah, it's still not really. It's not showing so much up. But let's see here. Yeah, maybe you can see it if I take the other one. There you can see like they are like this, and then you have this. It's not that visible actually, but yeah, there you can see it's like it's below the. It's like it's anyway, whatever. So it's below the one that it should actually be high. But anyway. So anyway, Nystatin and all that. I've been out swimming and all that. And, after a swim, I'm actually I'm actually having it pretty good, I didn't really, going to the swimming and all that. It was really hard to actually, I am tired, but, not in regards of actually, I'm still up there, after the swim and all that. So that's pretty good. In the last part of the swim was actually, began to feel like, in the beginning of the swim was just awful. So that was pretty good. It was a pretty good swim, pretty good swim. And of course I could feel my stomach. I was a little afraid of, that and doing a damage in the swimming hole. You never know when you're taking something new, right? So I was like, okay, but, no problem. But I could feel the stomach a little here and there. And I'm also doing yogurt at the moment. That's probably not a good idea when I'm trying something new and trying actually two things in some sense. Well, yogurt, I have it, I have to try kefir beforehand and all that, but I was drinking 1.5 liters of yogurt and I put it in here in my sleeping space, whatever you want to call it, and there the radiator and because as I understand it from the milk, I have one of the milk in here. Let's see here. But at least, in regards of feeling very fatigued and all that, like the guy I saw on the internet on day 2, I think it is, that hasn't really hit into me in regards to taking Nystatin. That was the wrong milk thing. That is buttermilk. This was the one. So this is like what's called thick milk. I think they call it, and of course it's pasteurized. It's actually high pasteurized. So they have this is Hitler milk or Hitler yogurt. They pretty much just done a Hitler treatment and killed all the good juice in the milk. Just hate that, Anyway, it's very hard to find raw milk because milk is just, it's all evil milk, Milk is just, if you drink milk you will die. Raw milk, These people are just insane. This wicked society is just outrageous. I don't know, just everywhere this society is just outrageous, turned upside down, Anyway, so it talks about in the past when you take what is it called? I'll find it instead, Yeah, you take like one of these. Oh, there we go. You take one of these, and it's not cleaned and all that. Actually, you think I've used it to grounded meat, and you put the grounded meat with all the antifungal herbs, and then you just, fix it up with your hands and all that. But again, any case, it's just, it's a good way to get you antifungals, I think. And we're trying different things and all that, natural antifungals. But anyway, so you take this and with milk, according to them, just from the cow, and take it from a good cow that hasn't been fed all these unnatural things and, fungus poison like antibiotics. What is there wrong with this world? This world is utterly insane. It's a nut house. It's a freaking nut house everywhere. Like, no, people think it's normal. You're freaking destroying the milk. Anyway, that's just one of the things, right? You're feeding people poison from fungus, from mold. Hey, take this pill and you will be all right, says the doctor in the white coat. Yeah, this little white pill. Concentrated mold poison. Yeah, sounds really good. Not really. What is wrong with you people? I don't understand it. People are just, it's just a maniac world. It's just filled with maniacs everywhere. It's like, yeah, that's just it's just normal. Have some fungus poison. Have some milk that has been destroyed, on so many levels, Yeah, feed the cows unnatural food and give them fungus poison and put them in boxes, right? So the sicknesses can really, and then milk the cows and push them to the limit, quantity over quality, right? And then afterwards, annihilate the milk. Anyway, so enzymes are destroyed, vitamins, good bacteria, and so forward and so forth. Yeah, because milk is so dangerous, Yeah, maybe because you're ruining it, on so many levels. People are so nutcases. What is wrong with this world? This world is just a nut house. Okay, it's like an insane asylum all over. Of course, the insane asylum will say, "Oh, I'm the one that is totally gone, maniac. Give me a break. What are you guys doing?" So. Anyway, so it says you take the new milk in a which I can't remember, in the things that I showed you, the green thing, and and it's still hot, it's still from the cow, and you take that milk, you don't freeze it down or cool it down, no, you take that milk and you put a spoon, or what do you call it, a cup of buttermilk. Which probably, would also be made from natural sources, right? So that would be the buttermilk. I can't remember how do you make that, but they made these different things and all that, and that would be, of course, natural bacteria and so forward. So you put a cup of buttermilk in it, and you I should actually get some buttermilk from this place. They make the best buttermilk, and for my yogurt thing, I just bought different yogurts and just put it in the milk and all that, because that's different. When it's not natural, you don't have the full variation of all the bacteria that was normally in the milk. They ruin the milk, and then they just put a little in it and this and that, and they can flavor it different ways, and now it's like a secret to tell what is actually used of bacteria and all that. Oh, give me a break, I'm getting so tired of this wicked world, It's just a maniac world. Anyway. So, a cup full of buttermilk in the, new milk, milk from the cow. And then they set the thing. They don't even say they put anything above it, apparently. And they put it on a place where it's a little hot, a little heated, and they say, for example, I guess, where the fireplace was, close to the fireplace, or they have two choices here. And I have no idea what the second thing is, but again, a place that is a little heated. And after a couple of days, the milk has become sour, and it has gotten a thick, consistence, and the milk is now turned to thick milk. Yeah. using natural things and all that. That it says that's how the Danish, those that lived on the land, the wives and all that. That's before the women thought about rebellion and going out and working for others than working for their family and getting healthy children and actually themselves keeping healthy, right? Because now the women are unhealthy, and of course the medical mafia love that because they can earn a lot of money by people not being able to get children, and then the children also have issues because the women have no idea how to keep healthy, and of course our food sources are ruined, on so many levels. But yeah, who cares about that? Let's just all get sick and tired and suffer, and let the doctor dig a grave for us while he, take us by the hand and show us the way to the grave that he had dug for us. Well, it's like, murderers with a license, right? Yeah, I know. So that's how they made it in the old days, apparently. I don't know if you actually need to have the buttermilk because, as I heard, if you get it directly from the cow, not being cooled down or anything like that, it will actually sour of itself. As I understand, it doesn't actually need the buttermilk, but I guess it will make the process quicker or something like that, when you fix that. Of course, I'm not sure what bacteria actually that would be in natural buttermilk and all that, and but now it's like a state secret or a company secret what they put into, using our bacteria. What bullshit? What other bullshit? Give me my raw milk. The state. You guys and the food administrations. You're outrageous. You should be fired, all of you. Pretty much. Yeah, you should be fired, all of you. For this incompetent idiocy of ruining the food of the people. Of course, no one cares apparently. Let's just get sick and let have all these sicknesses and the fungus going wild, right? I'm just getting a little tired of it, getting tired of all the bullshit. What is this? Why do we have so much bullshit? Don't anyone care? We're murdering people on the millions and millions and millions, and no one cares. Let's have some more war. Let's kill some more people. Let's make people suffer. It's incredible. How diabolical. And we think we are good people, right? We're the worst. We're bad, disgusting people, all of us. That's pretty much what. Anyway. No one tells. Oh, well, I think I'm a good person. Bullshit! None of us is good, Like, full of evil. Anyway. Got it getting a little up there, I guess. Just tired of it, It's just incredible annoying. And then when you find out that you might have a fungus problem, they won't let you get anything against it. They won't let you get the I can't remember what they call fungicidals, the things that actually kill fungus, because fungus is a huge problem in society. And let's call these sicknesses all these weird names and all that, and let's not tell them that the problem and the cause is actually fungus related. Yeah, let's not tell them that. Nope, because we are earning money. It's a bullshit. It's so bullshit, I don't know, when people are defending the medical mafia, bullshit. How, just because it's this system of, what is it called? I can't remember, in regards of money and all that bullshit. You don't have a corrupt, you're not, if you're using lies and deceptions to sell a product in regards to sickness and all that, that's bullshit. That's utterly bullshit. That's not okay. I don't think it's okay. I think it's outrageous. If they know the cause and they're not telling us the cause because they're earning money on the symptom treatment, that's criminal. That's what it is. Utterly disgusting, criminal, and satanic, full of bullshit, and I'm just done with it. I'm just so tired of this, And then you're trying to find out, in regards to fungus, I might actually, in regards to, issues with fungus and all that, and you go out to your white coat murderous butcher and ask, hey, could I try this fungal antifungal protocol? And what does he do? Pretty much just throw you out the office. Like, I have 3 of these white coat, Latin spouters saying that, hey, apparently they want to send me to a shrink in regards of spoon feeding with me psychotropic drugs. These people are outrageous and criminals and ignorant, incompetent murderers. Yeah, murderers. Murdering people in the millions and millions and millions. But yeah, it's a big business, right? Big business. Big business. Let's not tell them anything in regards of fungus. Anyway, so it's just outrageous. It's just utterly outrageous. Yeah. How do they give diabetes to animals, these test animals? How do they give them cancer? How did they give them, what is it called, dementia and all that, It's like incredible. Well, if you do this to give them to animals, maybe there could be something in regards of, Anyway. So, I've been out buying milk. And this is the best milk that I can get. It's not perfect, absolutely, because it's Hitler milk. But it is grass-fed. Wow, what an idea to give cows what they usually tend to eat. It was like they're writing articles about, we found this new way of we just feed the cows their natural food sources. Wow, what an idea. What an idea. Like, people have done that for hundreds and hundreds of years. It's just, it's just incredible. What is, what can you do with, the whole society is just bullshit, So anyway, they feed the cows grass. That's, I guess, why it's green, grass-fed milk, it says, from cows that is only fed with grass. I don't know if they also feed them antibiotics or whatever, but as I understand, he tries to keep it as natural as possible. And here's a picture of the cows, And I saw some videos on it and all that. And they're talking about what all the rest of these cows giving milk and all that are given of unnatural foods and sources and all that. Yeah. So you have to wonder, why would the milk maybe have some issues coming out of the cow? Well, because you're treating the animals wrong. You're incompetent. You have, maybe you're not. Yeah, well, you are incompetent. It's like, money, right? Money floats the boat, and who cares about the quality of the product? We'll just heat it up and destroy the good milk. With. Yeah, and ruin it. It's just incredible. So it talks about no this and no that and no. I'm not sure in regards to how English translate, but no corn, no what is that called, popcorn. I'm not sure what they're called in maize. I'm not sure. No soya beans or anything. And it was. Released in 2017 and production in 2019. Yeah, as I understand it, there's only one, that sells it at the moment. I'm not sure if the idea was to try it out first. Like natural. Well, not actually natural, because they give it a Hitler treatment, because that's law. That's insanity law. That's not case law. That's the. I don't even have the words for these guys in making idiotic laws that doesn't make any sense at all. Now, of course, if you want to destroy the health of the people, that makes absolute sense, yeah. But me, that wants to have raw milk, am not allowed to take the chance of this, very dangerous raw milk. Oh, yeah, it seems like they don't care in regards of, sending, this is just turned upside down. Oh, yeah, but take, I can't, yeah, but, promotion of beer, right? Get some more beer, drink some more beer, and it's sugar. Get your sugar, right? That's okay. But milk, oh, the danger of milk. Anyway, it's just a nutcase. It's just full of nutcases. This world, full of diabolical, forces. And people just don't care. Apparently, people don't care. Let's just continue. Let's just go along to get along, and let's just follow the Antichrist with the number 666. And who knows who the Antichrist even is in our days, right? Apparently, nearly no one knows who the Antichrist is. And yet, the Protestants knew who the Antichrist was. Every single one of them knew who it was. And yet, today, nearly no one knows it. Yep. Incredible how many years you need to figure out something that should be a well-known thing. And, by the way, this is another trick I heard from one of these naturopaths, that you can actually just put some yogurt in water. Of course you can. I've used this to yogurt and just put water in it and just, but one of these tricks that he had, talking about, just put some yogurt in water and all that, then you also get, it just seems like at least it's not soda pop, right? Full of sugar and full of bullshit, and alcohol. Yeah, let's have some more alcohol. Let's ruin our health a little more. Just look at the alcoholics. It's just the declining of their health. And of course, no one wants to help them either, right? Yeah, anyway, it's like all things is just turned upside down. But I guess we can thank ourselves for that, because we have left the Bible. We have left good instructions and teaching our children lies and deceptions, and and then of course, getting our women out on the workforce, right? Yeah, let's have our women work for another man than actually her family, and let's just all that information that the women had to keep herself healthy, so she could have healthy children and keep her children healthy, and of course her husband healthy. That's just out the window, because, that's just, you can't say, that's just, that's just incredible. Yeah, let's just go out and work for another string, there's a lot of other issues with that as well, in regards of, and then, you saw this women program, just made fun of it, mixing all these women and men out in the work field, and what happens? What could happen when you do that? Well, and then of course you get much more in regards of, what is it called? When you break up and all that, right? When the marriage goes down the hill because your either your wife or your husband has, committed adultery, which is, by the way, stoning reason, by the way, according to the law of God. So that's a very serious thing to do, actually. Now, of course, you could be stoned in many ways as well. I should be multiple, I already have multiple sentences on me in regards of being stoned. I'm not a good person. I'm a bad person, I found out that I was, that's why we need Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, the Messiah, God that walked on this earth and so forth. That's the very reason why we need to turn to Him and be instructed by Him and begin to walk in righteousness instead of all these, these foolish ways, Anyway, so we're teaching the children, and there we have another period, right? Because Christ Mass is just around the corner, giving the children more bullshit. Teaching them about a Satan clause, he will come with gift and all that. That's lying. Lying! Oh, we don't have a problem with lying because everybody else does it. Then it's okay, apparently. When the rest does it, it's okay to lie to the children. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you people? And then I'm the bad person, right? Yeah, I'm the bad person. Oh, yeah. Because we want to continue to lie to our children instead of actually instructing them in the truth. Yeah, and of course, in regards of Christ Mass, we call it Yule in Denmark. Yule goes back to Yulna. Yulna goes back to Odin. Odin is a false god. So yeah, there we have a pagan connection again. According to some of the lexicons that I read, one of was at the pagan New Year of Janus in winter. The Roman pagan New Year of Janus, which is not the biblical New Year. It's not the true New Year, according to God. Maybe according to the Antichrist. But who wants to follow the Antichrist anyway? Well, apparently the whole world. Apparently the whole world wants to have deceptions and lies told to them instead of actually the truth. I don't understand you people. I really don't understand you people. Why, 500 years to read the Bible. You know what I'm saying? 500 years. Did we lose the... Yep, 500 years to read this book. 500 years. 500 years, and this is where we are? 500 years? You got to be kidding me. Still keeping Christmas, Easter, Halloween. Actually, Halloween is somewhat new in Denmark. And all the rest of the bullshit they're, forcing on us, and the people just, go along too. Apparently, I don't. But don't give them those festivals in the Bible, because then you are a Judaizer, a radical, a legalist, and you have lost salvation and bullshit, blah, 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 Well, these festivals, which is found in the 5 books of Moses, is the one that Jesus kept, Yeshua, which we are disciples to, follow after. We're not instructed to keep Christmas, Easter, Halloween, the pagan New Year, or the rest of the bullshit, traditions that we have. And yet, that is what people do. And the Sunday thing, that people think the Sunday is the last day of the week, that happened in 1973 in Denmark, that they made the last day the 6th day, or thought to do it anyway, because he thinks to change times and laws. And when we entered this union in regards to the European Union and all that, which also, as far as I can see, goes back to Rome. What was it called? They were celebrating what's it called? Decree of Rome or something like that. In regards to the European Union, I can't remember what it was called. There was something else. Any case, so we entered, the Danish people apparently voted for this in 1972. And 1973 was then the first year in Danish history that the 7th day became the 6th day and the first day became the last day. But who cares about that? Who cares about the truth, right? So now people think that Sunday is the last day of the week. Bullshit, utter bullshit, and more bullshit. Bullshit everywhere. Utter bullshit everywhere. And no one cares. Yeah, you can tell people, they don't care. Don't care anything, it's like believing atheist and pagan evolutionist and all that. It's like, it's science. Bullshit! It's not have nothing to do with science. It's pagan bullshit. Long before Darwin was, promoted this in the Western world, it was there. You can follow it back to India. So, anyway, that's another topic, anyway. Yeah, believing that, this is the evolution idea, from the science magazines and all that. Because I've read a couple of them, actually a couple of years of these science magazines. My things that I've cut out of these, because I got like 10 years free or something like that from a woman that was throwing them out. Anyway, so the thing is, the idea is that there is on the land, apparently, long ago, far, far away, there was this pool that dried out, and then it became wet, and then it dried out, and then it became wet, and then it dried out, and out of that came, apparently, life appeared. Yeah, okay. So apparently life began in this pool of mud, they say. Okay. So apparently these bacteria or organism, very small organism, had to get into the water because things grow from the water, right? Because they have to get to fish size, right? They need to grow into a fish, so So the, microbes or whatever that was, these small, this life, had to get out to the ocean because they point out it's in the land that apparently this miracle that without any cause happens, okay? So, and this life apparently jumps into the water. I don't know if it takes a bus or something like that, but anyway, it gets into the ocean. And by being in the ocean, it becomes a fish. And the fish apparently becomes homesick. So it begins to walk up on the land again. And this fish, which have, evolved, whatever you want to call it, has become a goat. And the goat hasn't enough food, apparently. So the goat becomes very hungry, right? Has to become hungry because there's not enough food, because apparently, I don't know why there wouldn't be enough food. Anyway, they have a lot of space, right? But anyway, so the goat jumps into the sea again, in the water, with the goat, and it becomes a dolphin. Oh yeah, it's in the science magazine, so it must be true, right? Such utter nonsense. Just read the first 2 pages of the Bible, and that's pretty much debunked, And what is, you want to believe these things, in regards of, it's just insane. So anyway, if you don't believe me, the articles are in this pile in regards of, for example, the goat, I love that. I love that story. That was the best story of all the things that I found, I think. You can always smile at that story. Now, the goat became a dolphin. Just, make a line from this to this and woo! There we go. The insanity of it all. Yeah, but we have all these layers in the dirt and all that. That's millions of years and blah, blah, blah bullshit, Yeah. Well, have you heard about the worldwide flood, And have you heard that, to get things fossilized, right? They need some dirt on top of it, right? Because if you die and just lay there, you don't become a fossil. Just look at, things, they die, they fall, just doesn't become a fossil, okay? Anyway, so that was from the worldwide flood. Multiple layers can be laid down very quickly. Not over millions of years. Anyway, so it's like 13.8 billion years ago, nothing exploded without any cause, apparently, and here we are. Now, I can't remember all the numbers. It's some time since I went into this topic and all that. But it's just utter bullshit. There's so much utter bullshit in this world, so it's incredible. It's just, and we're teaching our children this, actually in Denmark. Denmark is the second nation in the world that believe in pagan evolution. And they say we are a Christian nation. Oh, really? Why are we then believing in pagan evolution? And why are we keeping all these pagan festivals? Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look like the fruit fits, anyway. Fits the proclaimed tree, Anyway, it's like, you do get somewhat tired of this, And I don't know what we have been doing for the last 500 years, where we actually have been able to read the Bible in our own language, I don't know. What have we been doing? 500 years. It's not like it's in Latin anymore, because this bullshit pagan religion of Roman Catholicism have, they hate, The thing is, they don't want us to understand what is in the Bible, because they know that the Bible exposes them. Yeah. They call themselves Christians and all that. This utter bullshit. It's Romanism. The Antichrist is the emperor of Rome. And where do you find him? If you can find him, you'll find the Antichrist of the number 666, Shouldn't be that difficult to find, a man that pride himself so much, proud as a pope, right, is a saying, and lies in Latin is another saying that we have in Denmark at least. Why would you mix lies and Latin together in one phrase? All roads leads to Rome is another saying. And I wonder, bullshit is probably also coming from that, but I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really verified that, but it wouldn't be a surprise, with our Protestant background, because the bull is in regards of the papal bull, in regards of, but whatever whatever it is, but anyway, the bull that the Antichrist writes out and all that. And of course, that's bullshit, That's utter bullshit. Let's just burn it in the stake like Martin Luther did, and all these, church laws, the canon laws of the Antichrist and all that, just on the fire, and let's go back to the Bible. And while the Antichrist will proclaim that he has the authority to be the head of all Christianity, we can say, no. Actually, I think he actually pretty much have excommunicated himself. Of course, he thinks he has the authority to excommunicate anyone, right? I've done it so many times and killed people as well. This bloody murderous organization. Utterly disgusting. Anyway, in regards of I do actually going a little far away from the Nystatin thing. As you can see, I'm pretty much not actually, I'm pretty, I still have some heat in my face and all that after the explosion and all that. I do wonder if it does still seem to be that red meat is the best, to keep totally away from sugar. I don't know if it's because the fungus is now everywhere, in my, I don't know, in another level out, on the, I don't know, but feeling the heat and and it's like a pressure nearly in the face. It's kind of it's not really and the itch as well, yeah. But anyway, but red meat, if you have an issue in regards to itching and all that down there or whatever, some issue that the doctors can't fix and all that, just jump on the meat wagon, Stop everything else, and don't drink alcohol. Don't eat sugar and all of that. Don't. If you smoke, stop smoking. All that. You want to give the body the best conditions for returning and normalizing itself to health. And if you don't know what the issue is and all that, and you do as I do, it will just spread more and more, and you will get more issues that the doctors will just think that you are a crazy nutcase and put you in the category of, because they're so incompetent, and put you in the category of apparently someone that's just, needs to get to the shrink. Because they can't figure out what it is, because they, pretty much are pretty incompetent. And misdiagnosing people and mistreating them and murdering them. Yeah, that's that business. Yeah, anyway, you can see so many people having issues. So many people having issues, and yet, these criminals. Yeah, anyway. So, in regards to the Nystatin at the moment, I don't really feel totally bad, in regards of, on the, I don't feel much difference, I guess. At the moment, I guess I feel a little high after the swim, which is good, it's just so, sometimes you get, a little, sometimes you get an updrift, or what do you call it, well, after you have done some exercise and all that. And I must say, at the moment, I guess, I'm little on the, it's pretty good. And I'll just keep at it in regards of the swimming and all that, and hopefully I can begin to fix my back. I'm not entirely sure if it can be, hopefully it can, with enough, But there's a lot of things to research, right? And try out, and when you have people going against you, what you find out, you read, and in regards of mycology, in regards of fungus and all that, and figure out what is probably the issue, and I must say the things are opening up in regards of the direction, and people on the internet also, there's much more and more information coming out, and it seems like the bullshit is the more that knows the truth and the more that will stand for the truth, the easier it is for people having issues to actually be guided in the right direction. And and if you have an issue down there in the tip of your penis, just try to stop. Don't drink alcohol, don't eat any sugar and all that. Get some meat, some salt, to just flavor the meat, and some water, and try that for a couple of days, maybe a week. It's not going to cost you anything besides buying the meat, and you can just be careful of the food sacrificed to false gods, because a huge amount of the meat out there is sacrificed to Allah, who has no son. That's the thing the Mohammedans, they will say, we also believe in Jesus. Bullshit! Liar, deceiver, wolves without sheep clothing. As it should be very easy for any Christian to smell a Mohammedan, because Muhammad was a stinking wolf. And you can smell him miles away, or should be able to smell him miles away. And you Mohammedans out there, wake up! You're following a false prophet. Clearly a false prophet. And you are so stiff-necked, so you want to continue to defend this liar and deceiver? This prophet of Satan? You got to be kidding me. Outrageous. 1.8 billion people. Now, of course, if you actually begin to, reject Muhammad and all that, you might actually be killed if you're living in one of these pagan nations, worshipping a false god and all that, and that's just incredible. Give me a break, of course, you get into the category of being, what was it called, the heretic or whatever, you risk being stoned and have your head chopped off, but, you have to think about it. But, what is worth more, everlasting life or just, it's, of course, It's really sad that, Well, of course, it's the religion of peace, right? Chop, chop, People don't say so much after chop, chop, right? Chop, 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 chop. There goes the head. Chop, chop, chop. The religion of peace. Bullshit. The religion of... The religion of chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop. Chopping off the heads. Oh, what outrageous bullshit, Of course, the Mohammedan religion is just, stinking plain wolves, And Jesus didn't warn us about plain stinking wolf. What did Jesus warn us about? Or Yeshua. What did Yeshua warn us about? He warned us about wolves in sheep clothing. So what is the difference in regards of a wolf, a stinking wolf, and someone in sheep clothing? Well, the difference is that the wolves in sheep clothing are trying to look like true Christians. But they're wolves. So at least the Mohammedans, should be pretty easy to, But anyway, Jesus warned us about wolves in sheep clothing, and just look at the Roman Catholics, the Romanists. It's interesting that you can be in another country and you actually have, first and foremost, have allegiance to the Antichrist, right? And the Americans, or the colonies that came over to America, the Protestants, knew the danger of the Roman Catholics. So they had laws against Roman Catholics not being in government positions and not being allowed to do the abomination of the Catholic Mass, where they think to sacrifice Jesus Christ all over. That cookie Jesus. It's incredible. The cookie Jesus! The dry wafer god of the Antichrist of the number 666. Oh, well. Oh, they get so offended when you mention that. It's like you're worshipping a cookie. And they get so offended, But it's the truth. And it's bullshit. It's idolatry with Satan. These Roman Catholic whorehouses. No one to you're not loving about, all that tricks, I'm tired of their tricks and their slick tricks to try to silence you. working for Satan. Yeah, just, go back and read some Protestant history and find out what this institution of Romanism is capable of. And of course, what is happening in our days. Could it have been anything to do with Romanism again? Of course, it could. Because the Bible says Rome, the Roman beast, is here until Yeshua returns and cast the Antichrist into the fire. The man that is in the position of the papacy, the office of the papacy, the great stinking toilet seat of the papacy. Anyway, where the Pope is sitting on, the unholy Fager and his outmost smelliness. Yep, there he sits on the stinking toilet. Anyway, on his toilet throne, giving to him by Satan to be the ruler of the world. That's what he thinks, to be the father of his kings and princes and all that bullshit, and the triune tyrant. He has 3 crowns because God has 3 crowns. So of course the Antichrist wants to have 3 crowns. So the Antichrist is being crowned with 3 crowns. You can find that on YouTube and translation of the Latin bullshit and all that. Open your eyes and open your ears and speak the truth. Yep. Anyway, because there's so many liars and so many deceptions and so many people that don't care. And we can actually change a lot of things pretty quickly if we want to, if we care, and stop lying to our children and actually goes back to the true festivals of Jehovah, like Passover. And in regards to the New Year, it's in spring, it's not in the winter. Now the Jews keep it in the fall, they have it wrong as well. And the Mohammedans, as I understand it, keep it whatever, they have this weird calendar that, goes around and never calibrates itself. As I understand it. But anyway, that would be an interesting topic. I could talk with the Mohammedans. I always have questions, here and there. So that would, of course, be something that I could ask someone that I, but I'm tired of, we also believe in Jesus. Really? 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 So you believe that Jesus is the Son of God and God in flesh? No, you don't. Okay. So do you believe that he was executed on a tree? Oh, you don't? Oh, okay. So, of course, you don't believe he was resurrected either. Okay. Okay. So you say you believe in Jesus. Well, that's not Jesus. That's a fictive imagination that you have fixed up and, it's not Jesus, Anyway. So, you see, there's a lot of versions of Jesus Christ out there. There's a lot of fake versions, The Egyptian mystic version of Jesus. The Guru version from India, the Druid version from England, the Ascended Master Jesus, right? One of many enlightened people like Buddha and Muhammad, It just keeps on going, and the cookie Jesus of the Roman Catholics, and the only prophet Jesus of the Mohammedans. You see, it just keeps on going and going and going, and there's many other versions, You can just it's an endless of false versions, So when people say, "Oh, I believe in Jesus," okay, really? Which one of the versions? One of the fake versions? And why would you ever believe in one of the fake versions? If you can't believe in the first version, why would you believe in any other version? I don't know. People like the lies. People like the deceptions, apparently. People don't want the truth. People want lies. People love lies. I don't know why you do it, but you love lies and deceptions. You want to follow Satan on his Broadway, whatever it goes, whatever, tasty this and that. Yeah, I like this version, I like that version of Jesus. Yeah, but I'll take that, What other bullshit? You people have to be, that's outrageous. It's just outrageous. Outrageous. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, Nystatin. We should get back to Nystatin, right? And actually, maybe I should, the pan, I would like a little more meat, and this is pretty good meat, by the way. This is grounded meat And actually, also some of the cheaper meat. Sometimes I've seen it actually be on like what do you call it, sale. It was really really cheap actually, and actually some of the best that I've found. So being a good price, I'm not sure why. It doesn't seem like people maybe are buying so much of it. I think it might be the way they are packaging the thing. But I love the package, it can be a little hard to open and all that, but as long as you have a knife, it's possible to open it up. And the thing is, it doesn't, when you normally buy it, it's like in a where there's a lot of air in it or whatever, some kind of thing in it, and it just bulk. And if you want to have a lot of things in your bag, it just saves space just buying it like this. No air in it or anything like that, just so. But maybe that's the reason why people don't buy it. I don't know. Or it seems like they're not really and maybe that's why they're having it cheaper. I don't know. But anyway, I think it's the best that I've found. And it's easy to make as well, right? It's just on the pan and all that. And actually, I should it's Sunday today, so that would be the first day of the week. Actually, in regards to the milk, I need to get some. I have some of these. I need to fix them. There we go. That's 5 liters. And I'll see if I can prepare a 5 liter or something like that, maybe 2, I'm not sure, and put it on the thing. It did seem to take a couple of days to actually fix it, like 4 or 5 days actually, to really fix it when it just stands on the and it's not always warming, this thing. It's like sometimes it's warming and sometimes it's not and all that. There's a little there's not many things in here, as you can see, and it's black. I've painted it black, and that's my bed. Pretty much on wheels as well, so you can roll it. I actually had another mattress and all that, but I found out that I was really weird because there was a lot of things flying in the air. So it's like, what is going on? I found out it was actually the mat. When I lay down on the mat, it just flows out with. So I had another one that I took instead, and I think I'll throw the other one out. You never know what is going to flow and what you inhale then and all that. But anyway, as you can see, here's my milk standing there, and looks pretty good. And it's going to become yogurt after 4 or 5 days maybe. And I'm just testing things out, how can I do it? And hopefully I can get some raw milk as well. As I understand it, if the issues are in the gut, you want to have some probiotics and you want to hit it. Again, the problem with the milk is that there's still sugar in it, even if you let it ferment a long time. Those, I don't know how much sugar, but of course, the longer you ferment it, of course, it will eat a lot of the sugar that is in the milk. And but yeah, that does seem to be a relationship in regards of the gut and my groin, my private parts and all that, in regards of the itch and all that. And again, if you only eat meat, you can nearly totally stop it, the itch down there. Now, of course, I have other issues, but that doesn't really, it does still seem to affect in regards of the heat, and the itching and all that. It's like, So still, the meat does seems to still work positively also on other symptoms, but it's not as hardcore as in regards of the down there in regards of absolutely incredible how much it really did for me down there. So you're not going totally it really could make you nuts. It really could, as you felt, it's like, stop itching, and you didn't know what to do, And I wish I knew this 19 years ago. Any case, I'll see what the Nystatin does and all that, but as far as it goes for now, yeah, I haven't really felt, I did feel really tired, after the first I took, but I don't know if that was just in my head or whatever, it did feel like I was somewhat tired, and wanted to go to sleep. But overall, as you can see, I'm actually pretty good at the moment. So I'll continue to take it, and I'll think I'll at least take 4 today and keep on going with that. So it doesn't really look like I have, who knows, man, that might actually be I don't know, I'll have to see. But I'll see what happens tomorrow, if it actually begins to become worse or whatever. And of course, the weather in Denmark is bad as usual. Well, we have a lot of gray sky as well. No blue, just gray as usual. And very sad, It's much better down in Israel. In Israel, there's like blue sky a lot of times, very nice. So I have like 6 liters of milk, and should be enough to 6 liters. I'm not sure which have used those. I'm not sure if this is too big to put on. I should be okay. Sadly, it's round instead of square in regards to these glass things. But I haven't had them from my. I made sauerkraut and all that. Huge amount of sauerkraut and all that in these. And while I tried, years ago on this. On getting fermented things and all that. Yeah, that seems to be pretty good. Maybe I can actually have 2 on it. Yeah, I'll have to figure out something in regards of having, if one could make like a line of, so one always have something really sour. If I'm going that direction again, it does seems to still promote the itch other places. So again. Yeah, well, you have to try things, and hopefully I could get some raw milk as well, and who knows? Who knows? Again, I need to get some diflucan as well. See if I can get. I have like 7 to 14 days to get some diflucan in my hands, and see if I can, get it. I've heard something that you can maybe get in Greece without. Actually, I heard from Dr. Kaufman that you could get it in Germany and Greece without prescription, but that doesn't seem to be true in regards of Germany. You can get the Nystatin in Germany for free. That's where I got the Nystatin, the pills. So, and they actually have different kinds of, it's pretty much the same, but different, companies. And again, that's interesting because in Denmark, I only found 3 different Nystatin products in the Danish pharmacy on their website. They talk about 3 products, and at least one of them is with sugar. Maybe 2 of them, but at least one of them is not with sugar. So they apparently have added sugar to one of the products. I don't know why they don't have the tablet version. So in Germany, it actually seems to be a lot cheaper actually as well. And I was like, this is 400 kroners for 100 pills, and every single pill is 500,000. Sadly, I can't remember the exact price on the other product, but that's, you have, and that's the. As I understand it, that's the biggest one you can actually buy, and that has like 100 milliliters, and per every milliliter there's 100,000 units. So it's, if you're taking 5 milliliters 3 or 4 times a day, that's not much in the bottle then, right? It's like, let's say there's 20. Let's say you take what is equivalent to 2 million units, and then you would only have for 5 days in this, and I can't remember the price for it, but I think it will. I think the German ways will be cheaper. I don't know where can I find the price for that. That's a good question. I don't have I think it's throughout the receipt. Now, of course, that's another thing in regards to receipts. They can't use this paper, right? Like, let's see if I can find it. I think I have some here over here. They hand you this paper, right? Like, for example, like this. Oh, do we have another one here? There we go. They hand you this paper. This paper, right? With something that you bought. And they have like, what is it called? Disappearing text on it, magic text or whatever. What other bullshit? You're telling me that you can't make anything that doesn't, wipe off the page? So you're paying for something and this goes away. If you're buying some product that you should actually be able to, get your money back or whatever, if something breaks and all that, and the things just disappears on the, what other bullshit? How can you get people? How can people accept this? I don't have at the moment. I don't have anything where it's just totally. But many of them, well, I just you get home, and already a lot of the text is missing, so I can't see what is actually what I it's what is wrong with it's just incredible. How could any people how could people accept this? It's bullshit. It's utter bullshit that the numbers and the text disappears, and everybody knows this. I think everybody knows that the text on this piece of paper begins to go away. What is this? You can't make a product that actually just stays on the paper. Give me a break. What other? It's just outrageous, Another bullshit thing in this bullshit society. Yep, and pretty much. So yeah, complaining, I guess, but it's incredible. It's incredible. We can't make some text stick on the page. It has to. It's just. It's just outrageous, It's just outrageous. Probably done that on purpose, of course, because then you have problems in actually getting, your money back or whatever if you're trying to, it's incredible. But it's just incredible. Give me a break. Yeah. So, anyway, I guess the pan is getting hot, and I should put a little fat on it. And of course, you can't even get tallow in Denmark. Oh. Yeah, you can get pig fat, but pig fat, of course, is unclean. And Denmark, as apparently is an exporter of swine, which is unclean according to the Bible. And we say we are a Christian country, right? So why are we exporting swine? Why are we eating all the rest of these unclean animals, which is written in the Bible as unclean, and yet, don't take the swine away from the people, or the shrimps, or the clams, or the eel. I think eel is unclean. I can't remember if that is, I think it's actually unclean. I might be wrong on that. And lobster, and, crab and all that, unclean meat. And yet, these are seen as a delicacy. Oh, give me a break. What other nonsense? What other bullshit, Just... it's not enough to eat the clean animals, we don't have enough variation in regards to the clean animals. Oh, well. So we need to eat all those things that are, talked about being unclean. Oh, you shouldn't Judaize like that, What are you talking about? Wasn't Jesus a Jew? Good. Okay, so you want me to Romanize? Apparently a lot of people are doing, Romanizing. Yeah, following the laws of the Antichrist instead of the Bible, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's just incredible. No one speaks up. No one says anything. Yeah. Oh, come on. There we go. Again, the thing is, it's a little hard to get, to get the things out. And again, maybe that's why people don't like spitting over the word and all that. So, but it's a nice, it's nice. And if you want some antifungals in it, you can fix that as well. you actually just fix one of these, which I can't remember what it's called, and then take them, and actually we'll take some garlic as well. Garlic is said to be very good in regards of antifungals and all that. The problem is that, you know, even if you eat huge amount of garlic, it doesn't really, you know, it doesn't cure the thing, you know. So, but it might be pretty good anyway, but it's, you know, the thing is, the Candida albicans, or the fungus, can become resistant to a lot of things. You know, so if you're doing something that might work in the beginning, it might become resistant after a little time. It's like the Nystatin I tried for my hair. I did you know, I have dandruff, which probably also is related to Candida albicans. This knife needs to be. Let's get another knife here. We have a good little pocket knife here. That works, and a pretty good knife on it as well. But in any case, what was it? Oh yeah, so you know, the Candida becomes resistant to many things, and you know, if you use something and that might work, and it might stop working, you know, which is very sad. So yeah, in regards to the Nystatin, I got some Nystatin shampoo for my hair, because, you know, I usually just take off but it's really, you know, even 15 days. You know, even after 15 days where I have taken the hair off, there will be dandruff again, you know. 15 days. It's incredible how fast I get dandruff. But I tried the Nystatin thing, and the Nystatin thing, like a shampoo, anti-fungus and all that, it worked. I was like, hey, it works, you know. I was like, oh, something working, oh, awesome. Sadly, it stopped working, you know. So it started out working and all that, and the dandruff disappeared and all that, and then it stopped working, you know. So I guess the Candida might have become resistant to it, and yeah. And then there you have the dandruff again. And after the explosion and all that, it seems like the dandruff has even become worse again, you know. So I see, it's really bad. So, but at least in the past, I could just, you know, take it off and then actually go, you know, until it began to become a problem, you know, and then I could just take it again. But like 15 days and already have dandruff, and it's just incredible. So yeah, it's down the hill on so many levels, but still I have hope, you know. There's still hope for, you know, and now that I've figured out in regards of diflucan and Nystatin, that's something of course I'm trying Nystatin at the moment, and I need to get the diflucan again, and then you can see how the bullshit system of the medical mafia is working against you, you know. Not wanting to give you what you want and try out because it might work. No. They want you to give you something that absolutely will not work. They want you to fill you with psychotropic drugs that absolutely will not do anything good, you know. If anything, that will just make more symptoms and screw you more up, you know. It's incredible. This is criminal. This is utter criminal. I don't know why we all, you know, accept this. I don't know why the people accept this bullshit. And even like the doctors are seen as, oh, the good guys, right? They come out as the good guys. Even if they are part actually of the problem. Because they don't tell you the truth in regards to the cause of the things. And they don't really know much about food either, right? And in regards of prevention of sickness, because their product is sickness. The more people that are sick, the better for them. It's diabolic. And by the way, in regards of garlic, some say that you need to rest the garlic for 5 or 10 minutes, because it will release things in the garlic that apparently is effective. While it lies there after it's crushed. So yeah, that's what they say. So usually it's not something that hurts you or anything. If you let it lie there for a couple of minutes, right? 5 or 10 minutes, Of course, you should probably just do it in the beginning then to cross it up, but I should have done that in the beginning, and then it could have just have been laying there and fixed other things while, yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I've done incredible amount of garlic, and it just seems like, yeah, it's you try some products and it seems like they're doing something, and then it begins to stop. Like for example, oregano. Oregano was, is I love oregano and have this oil of oregano, which is also said to be very powerful, for many things. And I'm sure it is. And first time I took a pill of oregano oil and swallowed it and all that, I felt release. I felt release after, after it, you can feel when it opens up down in the sac, you will feel it you can feel it like up here that the oil has been released in the stomach. So, but anyway, pretty powerful stuff. You cannot just swallow it down because it's very powerful. But if you make a pill, or what is called, not a pill. What's it called? You have the capsule and you have the tabs. The capsule, capsule, and you have the plastic. I can't remember. But anyway, where you can have something in it, and you can fill it up with essential oil of oregano. And then just swallow it. Apparently I have things in my face and all that garlic. Yeah. Oh, here we go. It's from St. Hellas. St. Hellas. That's the bottle. It's a little hard to see. And it's on the opposite and all that. But St. Hellas wild oil of oregano is the best. It's the best oil that I found. Years ago I tried buying different, and many of them was just bullshit. And this one was good. And then a lot of them also were where they had put oregano oil and just a little of just bullshit. This is the thing. This was good. And sadly it's empty, but I guess it still smells of oregano. Yeah. Would also be nice to, as I understand, is anti fungus as well. So it would be nice to have, that you could put some oregano in the food, right? And actually, I had some oregano. I'm empty at the moment, but the wild form would probably be really nice to put in the meat and so forward. Anyway, so here we have some of the yellow thing. I can't remember what it's called, but they say it's pretty good in regards. So I can't remember if it's actually anti-fungus, but I think they say it's antioxidants and all that. And then of course you can take some of the. Why do I have those? Oh God, some gloves. Or gloves, whatever. Okay. Actually, I found out I can actually eat them as candy nearly. Let's just put a little of that in the meat as well. Let's see. Oh, did I? Oh well. Anyway, you can see. So you just put it down the thing here, and well, there's what's this thing that's down there? Something down there. See if I can get it up. It's a plastic thing or something like that. I don't know. Let's see. There we go. Looks like plastic or something like that. Anyway, down we go again. I have one more of these in regards to full of gloves. I have this one. I actually didn't think I would ever get through them, but it's like eating popcorn in some sense. It's kind of hot, but they're said to be antifungal as well and all that. So that's pretty good. And some cayenne pepper as well. And you just put a little hotness in this. Some sources say that also is a little antifungal and all that. And who doesn't love a little heat in their food? Now, of course, one don't want to have too much heat in the food, because the problem is you also need to have it out, and your butthole ends up hurting if there's too much chili in your food, and I don't like that. That's the worst thing. I get, I don't have anything. Hot food is great and all that, but if you're going to have pain on the toilet, no go. I don't feel life is too short for that. That's just my opinion. I sadly don't have any cinnamon at the moment. So, but cinnamon would be antifungal as well. And I had some Ceylon cinnamon. I think it's the Ceylon version. I think that is also called that in English. I'm not entirely sure. And I have different other things that should be antifungal and all that. But yeah, of course. Oh, we need salt. We need salt as well. Have different versions of salt. I actually have salt from Israel as well. It's from the Dead Sea. It just looks like salt pretty much, and it's not. It's pretty big pieces. Let's put a little salt in there as well. Oh, that was probably too much. I guess we get the salt at least. But salt is also, if you're making sauerkraut, you use salt. So the good guys, because apparently the good guys don't have a problem with the salt, but the bad guys have a problem with the salt. So salt apparently is, one of the things that is pretty good against bad guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I do have some, but I have this green thing, which is said to be full of antioxidants, and you can actually feel it in your. I've actually been feeling it in my penis when I take a tea thing of this thing. It's like, I don't know if it's the antioxidants or something like that goes down there or something like that. But problem is there's also a lot of sugar in the product, so I'm a little afraid of that. But as I understand, it's also high in antioxidants and all that. But yeah, I don't know if it goes down there and actually begins. There's probably a lot of damage in some sense being done to the. If you have a candida and it's crawling into your flesh, and making all these, because of its strings and all that, yeah, you probably have some damage, right? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, so you pretty much just do that and put it in there, right? Like this, Again, if you have problems, I would just start on a meat only diet. I'm still trying things. It still seems actually that the meat diet only seems to actually be still the best thing in regards of it. But anyway, trying to get some antifungals in there. But yeah, I don't know. It just seems like the meat only in regards of cow or whatever, grounded and all that seems to be, yeah. So it really works. It's incredible how good it has worked. Again, some say you can starve the candida in half a year if you only eat, and if that would be in regards of eating meat for half a year, hey. I could do that. I could absolutely do that. I could probably eat meat for a year, without any problem. But the problem is, I'm not sure it will actually cure it, But I guess I can try it out, I won't starve, because meat is pretty, solid in regards of. Okay, so I fixed this in regards of the salt and all that. Just shake it a little up, and have the hand down there, and just maybe we can just turn the. Now, of course, my just be aware